Hello everybody and welcome to my life lately. So if I sound a little different today, it's because I do not feel very well, and it hit me right on New Year's Day, so I haven't been able to film this video this entire time, but I'm starting to feel a little better. But my voice does not sound 100% like myself anymore. So I'm going to do this video talking through it rather than doing a voiceover today. So if I have to stop a bunch of times to film, throughout the day, you may see my coffee disappear before I'm even drinking it. So I want to get into this video because it usually is one of my longer videos and I don't want to waste any more time. So this is my 2025 planner. It has held up fairly well, I would say. All right, so I have a lineup here of some planners to kind of give you guys an idea. This is the one that I just finished for 2024. This is a daily planner, and a daily planner honestly has about the same amount of journaling pages as this one in total. I think you have your weekly sticker, or you have your weekly pages in this one, but you have more, I want to say, blank pages in the back. I'm not 100% sure. I should have looked at that, but this one is definitely stickered up to the max. So it'll be interesting to see how my 2025 planner holds up this year. But this is a barely used 2024 complete planner in B6 size, if you guys were wondering. I didn't end up using it, so it's just kind of barely been touched. But yeah, so these are my girls. We got 2024s here. We'll just slide this one up here at the front so you guys can really see the difference. But yeah, we're gonna see what this one ends up looking like. But today I'm just gonna be showing you guys this planner alone. So like I said, if I stop randomly, it's because I am trying to wait for more quiet time, and I'll probably lose my train of thought in that process. So yeah, we have just some basic stickers here at the front. This is what my beginning looks like. And then this is how this page ended up. Eventually, my folder started to fall apart. Probably no fault of the tape alone. It's probably just how much stickers I was putting in that folder. But yeah, this is how my collage ended up looking like. I really love how this one turned out, I'll be honest. I'm not so sure if I really like the new version I'm doing this year compared to this version, but it's fun to try new things and see what I do and what I don't like. So yeah, I like having like a little doodle of like what the picture was and why it's there. So I love this spread. This is probably my favorite spread so far. Then you get into the habit tracker. Because this is a daily planner, it doesn't have the same layout as the common planner and the complete planner. So this is how it ended up looking like. I did do pretty terrible on some of the months here, as you can see, and I'm hearing my youngest wake up, so I will be right back. Alrighty, so this is my highlights of the year. I didn't actually fill it in, which is unfortunate. I didn't have very many highlighted days. At least I could go back and find some more, I think. But I'm pretty content with the ones that I did highlight for the year. So yeah, And then we get into January, the monthly, February. I was doing pretty good with books in January and March, but not so much in February. Maybe I just didn't share the books that I read. I don't even know. Forgetting to write things down in the monthly. That's another reason why I'm excited to try the complete planner this year. Is I don't have to jump so far between, you know, doing your monthlies and then your dailies. So hopefully that helps. In July and August, I kind of took a break from doing monthlies and filming and all of that, and I just never came back to fill these out. So that's kind of unfortunate because I do still have the kits for these 2 months, but I'll probably use them at some point in my complete planner, I'm thinking. Then we get into September. September is also when I started doing Duolingo. So I'm learning another language this year, and I'm continuing that into 2026. I got these 2 pages sticking together because I had to remove a sticker and like the sticky stuff just stayed. I don't know, I should probably put like a piece of washi tape or stick or something there. But yeah, so October here, and then November, I was getting really into audiobooks while I crochet, so I went through a lot more audiobooks than I did physical books around this time. So yeah, and here I'm pretty sure I didn't finish very many books in December. I was kind of a little overwhelmed with everything going on. We had us leaving multiple times this month, and then we had Christmas parties. There was another Christmas party here, so I was constantly feeling like I had to hurry up and get things done this month. And then I didn't do January because of course I was already in my complete planner at this point. So we get into my monthly goals page. The books kind of stayed the same. This whole setup of the goals page stayed the same for the entire year. Now, July and August, I did not, maybe it's just July, I didn't do a goals page. And I feel really bad because July is my birthday month, and July is the one month I get super excited to be in my planner. I don't know. I was pregnant at this point. That's shocking. I mean, it's not shocking, but it's like, wow, it's already been a year since that time. If you hear Kinsey, she's eating breakfast at the moment, so she's probably finishing up at the moment as well. But yeah, I think things stayed the same. The only difference from like the very beginning of the year that I noticed towards the end of the year is my to-do tracker, or my today tracker. I made it bigger. As you can see, I was only using a little bit of room and doing a lot more journaling, and it started to become like too much for me to keep up with. I mean, some of the days I obviously didn't do any to-dos. Like Kobe was born at January 8th at 1:37 a.m. That is crazy. So of course I had to do like a lot of journaling for that time, but like towards the end of the year I was needing a lot less journaling space, but I didn't want to give up the A5 size. So I just made the to-do list area a little bigger to make my journaling space a little smaller. But yeah, so this is what if you would use an Erin Condren, this is the size box right there. I used a few of them throughout the journaling pages here. But yeah, so I had fun trying new things in this planner. But you would definitely tell, like on the days that I didn't do as much journaling, I was trying to write really big to make it for the space and make me feel like, you know, I wasn't being lazy and not journaling as much. So yeah, I overall didn't change much. I did rotate for some reason the to-dos going back and forth. Not exactly sure why. Maybe it was my idea of trying to not bulk up my planner to have like my to-dos if I used like a sticker or something and then didn't use it the next time. I don't know why I went back and forth, but you'll see towards the end I like it better on just one side. I didn't do anything for the blank pages after the dailies. To get into your goals page again. Had a lot of fun doing those every month. It was kind of like a mini refresh, but not a full refresh. Like here, I was using anything and everything to try to use up some of the space. So this is my first and only Sassy Sauce order polish order. Oh my goodness, there's a little Tamagotchi here. That is so cute. Kalani got a Tamagotchi for Christmas this year, so you'll see I did a little doodle of it. Yeah, Kobe. Right there, I love the pictures. I do wish I did more pictures of Kobe throughout the year. So like here I did Kobe is 1 month old, and for Kinsey I did that for her, you know, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, and then kept up with it, or tried to at least. But Kobe's, I think I gave up. And I don't even think I did, you know, 6 month old or anything like that. So I do feel bad that I wasn't able to keep up with that. I did do footprints in here, and these are just done with like acrylic ink or acrylic paint. So that was fun. If I would have put Kalani's foot in here, it would have taken up most of the space, and part of me wishes I would have done that, but I think they turned out all right. I got the girls here because Kalani turned 6 on this day. Got a snow day the following day. This was Valentine's Day. This was really cute. I loved this picture, and I think at the front I have another one of those pictures to kind of, because I liked 2 of them, so I couldn't use both of them in one page, or I could have, but I wanted one of them over here. Yeah, see, they're all smiling. They're all looking and smiling. So I did a little bit of both on that one. Looks like I was getting sick or something on this point. I'm not even sure. I didn't do a whole lot of journaling here. I kind of fell off for a little bit. Still very ill. I don't know why I did I don't know. I'm trying to get rested up, so I'm so weak. Just getting through each day, this sucks. So yeah, I definitely didn't journal for a while. Not really sure why I was feeling so sick. But I definitely was reading Onyx Storm when that came out. Me trying to doodle the dress for Kalani's father-daughter dance. I love this doodle of the orchid. I think that's when I first realized that I could doodle an orchid because I've never tried it, and I probably shouldn't have tried it on like a very special day, but it ended up turning out really pretty, so I'm proud of that. I used this washi to say that I wanted to travel into my books. I got that on that day. If you know, you know. I had to journal about that because it was a big step in my life, at least a part for me, because me and these kind of things don't mix well together, and it was necessary. So we didn't need another surprise baby. Kobe was one surprise. We don't need another one. So yeah, we're trying that out. Thankfully, it's a lot better than when it first started, but I was not having a good time with it at first. Instead of doing my to-dos here, I ended up writing a little note, and I thought that was kind of cute. Change it up a little bit. Trying to doodle some Hoya flowers. Okay, I think I'm gonna pause here and hopefully I can get some quiet time in a little bit. Kinsey's getting a little loud, and I can already see her trying to climb down from the table. So she's gonna be here in less than a minute. Okay, hold on, I'll be right there. And yeah, I'll pause, and then hopefully I will be able to come back and film the rest of this during the girls' nap time. So keep your fingers crossed for me, because it's been rough over here. So I'll be back. Alrighty, so we are back. We're gonna go ahead and pick up where we left off right here. I don't remember what I was saying. Like I said, this was going to happen. We're still doing like a smaller to-do section yet. And then I think this is right around the time that I started marking in the books that I was reading, in a way like a highlight. So I was writing how many books I've read and the name of the book and, you know, so forth. Anyway, Kobe is not sleeping. She's just kind of chilling on the jumper at the moment. So if you hear the jumper going off in the background, I apologize in advance. This day was a really fun day for me. It was these 2 days in general. I was reading Mortal Origins, and this was the very first book I have ever ARC read, and I am obsessed with it. If you have not put that on your TBR yet, I highly suggest it, especially if you are big fans of like trials and like Throne of Glass series and ACOTAR, like those series. I think this one's going to be another one that you will highly enjoy. And I think it's supposed to be a 5-book series, so it's going to be a good one. And book 2 is coming out soon, I think within this year, so I'm excited about that. But okay, so yeah, we're just continuing on here. I tried to do a doodle, and this is why I leave Helen to making emojis, because that was I did the emoji dirty, that's for sure. This was a really fun one. I made like a Kindle looking thing. I don't know. I did a lot of reading this day, so I also changed my font of writing, and each letter had a box of its own in a way to try to take up some space. So I thought that was kind of cool, and it looks pretty cool. All right, anything different for these ones? I don't think so. Here I used some leftover vellum paper from the Sterling ink. I was not subscribed to Sterling ink this year. I probably won't be subscribing again this following year. We'll see. I don't know. I have a lot less of a budget now that I am not working full time. So yeah. Then we go into more, just trying to use up some of my stickers that I already have. I got a Mooncat polish, I think, this day. So I was trying out Mooncat polish and I really like Mooncat. If you're wondering what's on my nails currently, it's Mooncat polish. And this one I think is no, it's not Merkin. It's, shoot, I don't remember what it's called. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen though, and I do link Mooncat in the description box if you are wondering. I do that as well. I put a little drawing that Kinsey drew right here. I thought that was really cute to add a little bit of deco into my spread. And then I actually tried watercolor paint here. Guys, this is why I don't doodle. Like, this looks really, really sad. But it was a lot of fun to watercolor on these pages. I think maybe I will do a little more of that in 2026. See if I can't make a better piece of art, I guess. And then I used a sticky note to write in my book that I finished that day. I really liked Witchcraft of Wayward Girls as well. That was fun. In this extra space, I wanted to write like a plant to-do list and hopefully get to those with like throughout the month of March. And I did not get to those, unfortunately. I really like this sticker. The little Doc Martens here with the flowers. But yeah, so this spread did not end up working for me. I may use it in my 2026 planner, but I won't do it like monthly because I definitely don't do enough with my plants lately to make a whole entire spread out of it. But it's definitely a thought if you guys are into plants. Now we're in April. We went to an indoor water thing that day. That was fun. We left the baby with my mom in order to make that happen. And then this one was really cool. I drew an entire plant with a plant pot, and then I only did my journaling in the plant pot. So that was fun. It made that day really easy to fill out. And then I also started doing this like paint sample of the nail polish that I was wearing. So that is Ostentatious Turquoise by OPI. And then I topped it with like a purple sparkly after a while. I took my oldest daughter to a Lego bingo on this day. So that was fun. So then we get to, oh my goodness, you guys, if I really sound stuffed up, I apologize. But we get into Crescent City. I was reading that series now, so I tried to do like a little doodle of that. You guys, I will never ever get paid for my doodles because that's just not okay. Then this day I was doing a bunch of cleanup in the basement, so I wanted to not really journal a whole lot, and I used up as much of the space as I could with a sticker. So that's that day. And then my dad came over on this day with a friend of his that does electrical stuff, and so we ended up getting our basement started, I think the following week or the week after that. I can't remember. But yeah, so I didn't do a whole lot of journaling on Sunday because I just wanted to get the basement all cleaned up. And then on this day, I tested out Kalani's little picture printer thing. I don't know. It was something we bought on Amazon for a Christmas present. I'm not even sure anymore. But yeah, we were trying it out, and maybe I didn't try that out here. Maybe, I don't, you guys, my days are just kind of mashing together. That's what happens when you get sick. You start to lose track of time. And then here is another lazy day. Like I said, around this time, I kind of didn't focus mainly on journaling. I was focusing a lot of my extra time down in the basement, trying to get it cleaned up enough so that we could get the electrical work done. And so I just did not journal. And then this was the day that we started the electrical work in the basement. Now, there's still so much that we need to do down there. We still have to get the plumbing done to go to the bathroom in the basement, and then we can start drywalling. I've never done any home renovation type of things, so yeah. I think I planted jalapenos and bell peppers this day with Kalani, and then I used one of the stickers to write the temperature outside. This is the Easter party we had with my mom, or at my family's. I always say my mom, but my parents are not separated. For those of you guys who are new here, I just say my mom's house or my dad's house. They're all the same place. I just tend to say one or the other and not both. And then this was Easter. I did not feel like journaling this day, so I just doodled a little back of a bunny with some eggs. It was a lot of fun. I liked that. And then I came back and did the journaling for this day. So I wrote in big letters, no journaling. But this was day 2 of the work in the basement, so I was kind of marking that in as well. This is Earth Day, so of course I had to find some stickers to represent Earth Day. And then this is me. I think some of you guys have already noticed this, but I try to relax, but then something in my head says, no, you got to be doing this, like quit wasting your time, figure something else out. So instead of relaxing, I was mopping the floors, sweeping, cleaning the house, removing my nail polish. Like I definitely like to fill my days up with lots of things rather than sitting down and doing nothing. This was my order from Mooncat. I got a little order from Mooncat, so I actually painted my nails this day, and that was fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to point out. I don't know why this is on here. Definitely did not tag that. But see, I was going to do the plant thing again here, but decided against it. And then we go into May. I opened my last TCMC order today. I have, like I said, have not been purchasing a whole lot of new things. So yeah. Oh, this one was a fun day. I got my very first and probably only Esterbrook SD pen and the Forgotten Iced Coffee ink. So I tried to make like coffee stains. I love this spread. This is such a pretty spread. And then I used that pen to do the journaling for this day. So this was a lot of fun. And then I did it again here, but I also put it next to the other Coffee Monster ink that came out from I can't think of the brand at the moment, not off the top of my head, but yeah, so I finished House of Flame and Shadow this day, and then I was having fun with the ripped washi tape look over here. And then I finally set up my hummingbird feeder on Mother's Day. I've had this hummingbird feeder for like 2 or 3 years now, and I never used it because I was too intimidated by hummingbird feeders. I was always afraid I would hurt hummingbirds over helping them, so I didn't end up putting it up until this past spring, and I waited like all day by the door looking to see if they would show up. And of course they didn't, not on Mother's Day. So that was pretty disappointing. But I think we had our first hummingbird show up. I'm not even sure. I thought I would write that in, but I bet you it happened on one of these 2 days. If I sat here and read it, I'm sure I probably would find it, but I was so excited. Oh, right here. I saw one hummingbird today after dinner. Yep, so there's my little plant doodle. That was cute. Here's a paper bag thing, and that was when I got my Mother's Day card from the girls, which I put in the back. So I used a little bit of that on there, and that is where I got my inspiration from my 2026 planner. Here we go. Keep going. Here is a really cool nail polish right here from Mooncat. Oh my goodness. This one's called Millennia, for those of you guys who are wondering. This was when I was trying to do my very first vlog. My husband and I's anniversary. Going on 4 years this year, so that's exciting. Oh, my husband made me coffee in bed that day. That was so sweet. Oh, and this one is really fun. This one I used the houses from the Coffee Monsters Co. subscription little mail card. So I used that to make a little deco in my planner. Okay, so now we're back into June. We do the same goals page. And then Kalani was giving me a bunch of stickers this day. She got the little stickers from her friend, and she gave them to me. So that is where the inspiration came for the stickers from Kalani here. So that's where that page came from. And then it looks like we are heading into summer break, so we spend a lot more time outside. I was listening to Glow of the Everflame, and I was reading Fearless right there. And this one was fun. These are spiral graphs, so I did that on the paper bag and ripped that up. And then we had a graduation party to go to on this day. Some more of the vellum. Oh yeah, so this nail polish right here is Mermaid Bait. That's what it is. Mermaid Bait, and then I topped it with Moon Fairy on a few of them to give it more of a pinky purpley shade. So Yeah, I didn't journal a whole lot on this day. I was at the pool, so did not do a lot of journaling. And then we get like into summer break really, and I was really not on my phone a whole lot. I wasn't journaling a whole lot. We were trying to spend as much time outside as possible. More spiral graphs. This one was fun. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law came down to visit, so I didn't really want to do a whole lot of journaling anyway, so I tried to use up a lot of the space with some fun art. And then we had a bridal shower to go to on this day, so I used a little bit of the bridal shower card and I cut it out to put it right there. And then we went to the lake this day. And then I got another ARC book right here called The Merge. That one was also pretty good if you're into like psychological thrillers. And then we get into the July goals page that I did not do. And July 1st, I didn't end up journaling either, which really kind of is disappointing because I had this picture from that day. And Kalani had her first swim lessons. And then we spent most of the day at the water park. So I wish I would have came back and journaled about that, but I didn't. So I'm just going to leave it blank at this point. Then I love all the bright colors in here. Then we got 4th of July, waiting for the parade here. And then we had another party day on this day, and I made a corn dip. Yeah. So that was my little recipe right there. And then I got a picture of the fireworks. Then I had to go back and enjoy Anna's birthday because she was having that at the same place we were 2 nights. So it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth those 3 days. So I felt a little bit exhausted. And that's when I started writing my to-dos a little bigger to try to give myself some less space to do my journaling. And I actually liked it. So that's kind of how it stuck. I also was trying to do a potty chart for Kinsey because we were potty training at this point. That was my goal for the summer, was to get her potty training. That kind of fell off after a while. I got tired of writing in whenever she'd have an accident or whenever she went potty. And yes, I did do that doodle. For some reason, I can doodle a bird, but I can't doodle most other things, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we love seeing the mourning doves, and I've been feeding the birds all winter long so far, and I love seeing the blue jays, the red cardinals, the doves, and then all the other little ones that we see all over the place. It's so sweet to see them all. And we went to, oh, this was my birthday. Yep, it's my 27th birthday today. Yeah, we didn't do anything fun for my birthday. My husband even wasn't even home on my birthday. And then we went to the water park on the Friday. No, this is Sunday. Why am I thinking this was Thursday? I don't know. But yeah, we went to the water park that day. I wrote a little song right here because I was very in my feelings. So I don't suggest you read it, but I mean, if you want to pause it and read it, I guess you can. So we continue the I'm not happy mood, and that kind of shows in my journaling as well. And I took a day to relax, and that was just enough to keep me going, because now I come back and everything's okay, I think, but I do fall back off again. We went to a tea party for a coworker's daughter's birthday, and that was fun. Kalani was catching frogs by their little pond. Then we were heading off to visit my mother-in-law for my husband's great aunt's birthday, and we had a lot of fun on this trip. So we're heading up north for that. We got to ride the Sulocs right here. That was fun to, you know, hear all about them and that fun stuff. I can hear Kinsey talking to her stuffies. So if you hear her in the background, she's okay. She's trying to go down for a nap at least, but she's not crying, so we're okay. But no, this was a whole lot of fun. We definitely had a fun trip. It was very busy. And then even heading home, we ran into a ton of traffic. So yeah, and then we get home and I was not feeling myself again. I was feeling in a really terrible mood. So as you can see, I tried to do like a black and white spread because I didn't want to be colorful. All right, I had to pause for just a little bit and rest my throat, drink some water, and hopefully I sound a lot better now. The back of my throat is still really scratchy, but hopefully it's better sounding than what it did because it's been kind of rough over here. But yeah, so we get into the next month and we had a wedding to go to. So I had pictures with my husband's family all in here. My husband was unable to join the wedding this day, so I felt very welcomed, even though I'm only married into the family. So it was great. I had a fun time, and the kiddos were with my mom. So I ended up having a curfew this day. It was crazy because they're like, "You're leaving so early?" I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta go pick up the kids." So I was like, my mom gave me a curfew. But then we had a trailer crawl this day where we go and have, like, we have a different appetizer, a different, like, mini drink, and a game to do at every single trailer. I don't know. It's something my mom and my family does every year, and it's around the same time. So it's really fun to do that. And then we had a late night swim this day. It was really, really fun. And then Kalani ended up going with my mother-in-law to their house for a little bit. So they ended up turning around for her. And I was able to get a ton of stuff done, which was, it was needed. But catching up on all the house chores that I've been falling behind on, which was nice. I got to FaceTime with Kalani this day, and then we tried out a sweet cherry jam from the UP, which was fun. I've been hanging on to it for a little bit, and I finally was like, you know what, we should try it. So I ended up sticking the thing there to mark that in. Kobe had like a 5-minute power nap, and now she's like, I'm back. I was gonna put some washi up here, and I guess I didn't. I'm not sure. I don't really know. This was for Kinsey's 2nd birthday. We went and got ice cream on this day, and that was a lot of fun. And then I did a lot of trying to get my editing stuff onto a computer to edit from a computer rather than editing from my phone, and I wasted an entire day and I didn't get any further than where I started. So I was so frustrated that day. I was like, screw this. I wasted all my time trying to get this footage onto a computer and I got nowhere into editing the videos. So then the next day I spent most of the day editing so I could get the video up, but I was also having some stomach problems. It was no bueno. And there's a little hummingbird right there. This was Kalani's first day of 1st grade, so that was really fun. Oh, and this little outfit that Kobe is wearing here is an outfit that my parents actually made together, and it was passed down to my older sister, to me, to my little sister, and my mom was like, wait, I didn't get any of my grandkids wearing this outfit, and Kobe's probably going to be the last grandkid, so they took the picture, or they gave me the outfit so I could take a picture of her wearing that. Sorry, I have to keep stopping to deal with my throat. Okay, so a part of me didn't want to film today, but I feel like I am not getting anything done, so that is why I'm filming today, even though my throat still feels very raw. In here, there's not a whole lot. I used some stickers from Sterling Ink. I really love her stickers. If I could resubscribe, I definitely would. Maybe someday. More of those pictures, but I used it to take pictures of my girl's eyes here. That was fun. And me complaining about my spelling. I have terrible spelling. So if you ever see something that is spelled wrong, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at it. This was the day we spent almost the entire day at the hospital. Kinsey broke her leg on that day, so that was no fun. I was actually supposed to be watching my niece and my nephew, and I had them for the entire weekend, and I ended up not being able to watch them till, Sunday when I was supposed to, because we were stuck at the emergency room until I think it was like midnight or something that day. So that was rough. That was very rough. Here I wrote a little note about my plants that needed some extra help, so that I could prioritize that. Kobe got her first tooth this day. I used like a little doodle of a notebook here. That was really fun. Immortal Origins is out. This was the day that it launched and people could actually purchase the book and read it. So that was a really exciting update that I wanted to put on there. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that commercial where he goes, Mike, what day is it? And then he goes, hump day. I don't know. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry that I just wasted your time there for 2 seconds, but super funny. I had to put that in there. And I used my little stamps from Amazon right there for those. This one was fun. I tried a new little thing where you, instead of doing all one color, I did like a pattern to kind of match this color scheme here, and I loved it. So I actually use it a little bit more often now that I tried it and I like it. So yeah, that one was fun. I got out my fall stickers there so I could use that. Kinsey got a pink cast then, so that was fun. And then I'm not really sure what was going on here. I tried fire cider. I don't know how long it lasts in the fridge, but it's still in my fridge. I could try it, but I should probably Google to see how long that's supposed to last, because I'm not sure. It does not look tempting right now. But I don't know if any of you guys have tried fire cider. Let me know. My allergies are coming in. We got a coloring book from the garbage truck guy that day. We had the Fall Fest on this day. I tried to doodle a little flower here. Not very good, but it was fun. I was painting my nails this day while I edited. And then this was when I started Alchemized. No, I really wanted Alchemized, so I wrote a lot about Alchemized, and my husband actually told me to go get it, I think on this day. So I was really excited. I got to go pick up Alchemized. And then on Saturday, we went and seen Kalani's artwork that was at the museum. So it was really, really fun to see her work really hard on something that was finally put somewhere. And she's always wanted to be an artist. So to have her little artwork be out there it was a lot of fun. And then, oh, I got a new sticker or a new washi tape here. And I really like that washi tape. I got it off of Amazon. I think I have it linked as well down below, but I don't know. And then it looks like I ripped out a piece of paper here. Don't ask me, I actually don't even know why I ripped it out. Okay, so now we get into October. I read Dracula on this day. See, this journaling pack of washi or whatever it was is so good. I love it. I am obsessed. I need to get them back out again. I liked The Lamb too. That one was a good read. I got a order from the Coffee Monsters Co. So of course I'm testing out my washis on the day that I get it. This was the day that Kinsey got her cast off, so that was really exciting. I was having a terrible day, and then I got a message saying I won a handmade leather purse, and it ended up being a scam, so that was not fun. It ruined my day. Let's see. Yeah, reading and relaxing. We got another sick day. Thankfully, I've only been sick like 4 or 5 times this year, or this 2025, so that was kind of nice. I am already sick now this year, and it's crazy to me because I think I'm the only one in the house that got as sick as I did. So the girls just kind of have a runny nose. I, on the other hand, have it all. So I'll take it over my kids. I'll take it any day. And then here I did like a little doodle like in my stamp of Immortal Consequences for the book club pick. I read it, but it's not my favorite. I don't know. I think there was just too many people to connect it all. And towards the end, I can understand why the author did all of the people, but I just didn't feel like I knew the characters I was reading about at all. Like, I don't know anything about them, so I didn't really love that book. But here we get into Halloween. Oh, I started writing December 22nd right here. I don't know. So November, we get into November. I wish I would have filmed this, but I know that if I would have tried to film this repot day as a plant video, I would not have gotten as much done as I got. So a part of me is like glad I didn't, because a lot of them needed it. Okay, and then we get to here, and this is really cool. I haven't seen anybody do this yet, but I've seen people take like pages out of books and use like the lettering and whatnot as kind of deco. Well, Kinsey or Kobe, I don't remember which one, got a hold of one of the children's books that I have, and it was about a muffin mouse's new house or something like that. And I felt like I couldn't just throw the book away, even though there was no saving it at the amount that she had ripped it. So I ended up taking some of the pages and just putting them in my journaling spreads, and I really like that. Even though it's November and it should have been like snowy themed, it's just it's like the perfect idea of using up what you have to decorate your planners. And then on this day, I was going through all the baby clothes because I think I'm getting rid of most of it. So yeah. And then here I was testing out my plans for the back of my 2026 planner. So yeah, as you can see, I was having a lot of fun with it, and I kind of made it go into this page here. So that was a lot of fun. It was like, shh, don't tell anybody, my little sneak peek. Yeah, I love that. I made homemade pizza on this day with my sourdough starter, which was fun. And then we were going from this to this in one day in November to get all my Christmas decor up. And then I was feeling really lazy this day. And then right here, I spent all the time that I had, extra time, whatever, on crocheting my Daisy Granny Square blanket, which is finished now. Y'all, I'm so excited. So here's just a part of it so you can see. I did like scalloped edging and I, stitched them together, but yeah, I had so much fun with this, but it took me years, it feels like, to finish it. So now that I have it finished, I was so happy about it. I got some washi tapes here. Kinsey told me she has to pee today. We've continued to do potty training for her this whole time, but she's not like 100% potty trained. But, I think it's better than wasting a bunch of diapers right now, so I'm okay with that. Oh, maybe this was the day that I started doing the finishing. Oh, okay. So back here, I was just finishing up the last of the granny squares. And then here was when I was doing my border. So I was sewing them together, and then here's where I was doing my border. I did the book club picks in little the sticky note stickers. And I apologize if you can hear Kobe now. I am not gonna get any more free time or quiet time today. She does not go down for naps for me, and more than likely probably will just be up until bedtime tonight. So I'm just gonna keep going because I don't know. I don't want to wait until tomorrow to get working on this video. So I apologize if it bothers you. Yeah. So then here's when I did the border of the crochet blanket. And then this is when I started hollow. I also painted my nails. And then I started making a star blanket for my husband so he could take it on the road with him if he wanted, because he's a truck driver, but he's also in the military. So if he wanted to, yeah. I wanted to make him something this year because last year I made everybody something and I didn't end up making him something. So this year was his year, but he was getting a full blanket and he just didn't know it. So started making it on that day, and then I spent a lot of time working on that blanket. Anytime I was working on it. I love this December theme. This one's also a fun one. We go into like packing and whatnot. Usually when I'm packing, I will write like what I need to grab. So yeah, I wanted to keep journaling though, it looks like, which was good. And then we were off. I drove, so I didn't get to do any journaling, but a little picture of everybody on the couch. And then my husband and I at the military party thing. And then we had one more day. Okay, we'll see if that worked. But yeah, so we headed home this day, but we had like a little event we had to go to prior to that. So there's that. And then this is my Everheart book box that I got. This was the theme, which is Broken Chain. So I cut it down so that it would be like a little flap out, but this is for Immortal Origins. I got a special edition of it from Everheart book box, and I'm really excited because that is like my first arc. I wanted a special copy of it. It's also one of my favorite books of 2025, so that's definitely a major reason why I ended up doing the book box for that. And then yeah, so my book came. It's so pretty, you guys. Here, I'll show you real quick. So this is the book, okay? And now it doesn't have a sleeve, which I don't know how I feel about that, but it is definitely a collector's type of book. So you have the back. I'd save you in 1,000 lifetimes or until my last day, whichever came first. I would always find my way to you. And the cover art or the end papers are one thing, okay? The flames. And then there's a rose, and this rose is very significant to the book, so I love that. And then here is the art on the front page. And then it is also signed. I think it's digitally signed, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it is personally signed. I'm not sure. It looks like it's personally signed. And then the cover art for the back. Oh my goodness. Y'all, if this doesn't get you to read this book, I don't know what else can, okay? Because that book is, oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, let's keep going because that's not what we're here for. Okay, now because this is such like a hard cardstock page, it did make it hard for me to journal. So when I did do my journaling, I just had it like this towards the end of the year, and it didn't bother me too much because obviously we were already in December, so I didn't necessarily need the book for the rest of the year. So just keep that in mind if you do plan on doing something like that in your own planner, that it probably won't be easy to write around. Let's see. Did a planner, the final planner setup video there. And I was also filming a lot around this time. Any chance that I could, I was either filming for like prepping videos, and I'm so upset that I didn't prep any videos for you guys to watch while I've been sick, because that kind of, it feels like I've just been gone for a while. And then we had a Christmas party here with my family, and then we got a TV here, so that's also been a big thing at our house right now, is watching all the shows that we haven't been watching in who knows how long. Feels like forever. So yeah, we got some catching up to do, and that's another reason why like reading has been kind of pushed back a little bit. I got my order just before we were about to leave, and we were off again. So we had Christmas Eve and Christmas with my mother-in-law, sister-in-law, and brother-in-law, so it was a lot of fun. I did some journaling about that. And then my husband actually got me a printer for Christmas this year, and we celebrated Christmas on Saturday. So this was our like faux Christmas day. I don't even know why I didn't put a picture of the girls I did take a picture of the girls. I don't know why I didn't put it there, but yeah, my husband got me a little printer for Christmas. It can also print pictures, which I'm really excited about. I had to, when I was setting up my 2026 planner, I had to have my sister print off some stuff for me because I didn't have a printer and I didn't feel like going to the library with 3 kids. So we had her print it off for me, and then I just picked it up from her. And then, yeah, I don't have to do that anymore. My husband got me a printer, and he got me a ton of yarn too, so I can do some more crocheting soon. And then we had a rainy day, which took away all of our snow. So the girls and I, we didn't actually get to do any sledding like I had planned. And then this day, my daughter was playing with her Tamagotchi, and I was, watching her, and it's just so nostalgic to see things change over time. Like, I remember when ours was like this very digital looking Tamagotchi pet, and hers is like literally a little pet in a screen. It is crazy how much things have changed. And yeah, so this was the last day of 2025, and I did keep up in this journal as well as the other one because I felt like I wanted to get into both of them at the same time. Don't ask me why I did that. I don't know. Because I think this was the first day of the other planner as well. So I could have started the other planner and then just left it, but I don't like to leave things unfinished. It's not like me to do that. So yeah. And then I think this is just a blank page. Yeah. Then we get the over the year spread. A part of me wants to like somehow take this and put it into my new one so that way I can see what happened like the year prior, but I guess it's not that big of a deal to come back to this planner if I ever needed to for this information. And I tried to do like my favorite quotes that I was coming across, and then I just didn't end up doing that. Got my Mother's Day card here. I have some notes in here that I don't really feel like sharing. Oh, maybe I don't know. I was using the spinal graph to make that doodle. I was trying it in the back so I knew what it looked like before I put it on my planner page. Yeah, so this is how I was planning out my habit tracker, my yearly tracker, just trying to figure out how I wanted to set it all up. I was doing all of that note taking back here. And then we got more tests, I guess you could say, of how I wanted it to look. And then we have a ton of blank pages, which will be fine because I will come in here and take what I need throughout the year for my 2026 planner. I know I showed you guys like how I was using some of the pages to give to my children to color all over, so then I would put their artwork into my planner. So I'll just take some of these papers throughout the year, and I also have some other notebooks with the same type of paper that I'll end up using if I have to. But yeah, so these papers will still be useful. And then I have my stickers from my daughter, and then I have pen tests here and my washi graveyard. I unfortunately did not finish the entire thing, but that's okay. I'm hoping I will be able to finish this next one because it is a lot of fun to see how it all kind of comes together. And then, yeah, that is it for my 2025 planner. I hope you guys can use some of the inspiration, like coloring book or children's books or what have you, in your own planner. And yeah, I hope this was fun to watch. If not, hopefully you got some journaling done while you were listening. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys when I'm feeling better, but also whenever I can get another video filmed. Bye!